Hello and welcome to Yoga Journey. Today's practice is a very gentle yoga practice for beginners or for experienced yogis who want to take things easy, relax, and feel refreshed. This practice was planned out for people with sensitive knees, wrists, and shoulders. So have a towel or a cushion ready for your knees if you have sensitive knees. We'll use that to pad up your knee. You might also want some blocks or some books for support. If at any point in the practice a certain movement feels uncomfortable in your body, just don't do it. Use that time as an opportunity to come back to your breath and practice breathing deeply. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. You can cross your legs or sit on your knees or find another seated position that feels good for you. Once you get there, start breathing through your nose. Try to make your inhales and exhales longer and deeper. As you inhale, feel your rib cage expand. Not only your front ribs, but your back ribs as well. As you inhale, feel your belly fill up with air, and as you exhale, feel it contract a little. Take a few more deep inhales and exhales at your own pace. You can even close your eyes if that feels good. Now when you're ready, open your eyes and extend your arms in front of you, making fists with your hands. Begin to roll your wrists. Keep breathing through your nose. And now the other side, the other direction. Now bring your arms down to your side and we're going to do some half neck rolls. So drop your head over your left shoulder and begin to roll down and all the way to the right. And again, roll and roll back. Keep doing your half neck rolls, staying in any areas where you feel a little tension for a little bit longer. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Now bring your head back up to center and we're going to roll our shoulders. So there are two options here. You can just keep your hands on your thighs or knees and roll your shoulders, or you could take your hands onto your shoulders and roll this way. Remember, just do what feels good in your body. If you feel any discomfort or pain, don't do it. So if you have your hands on your shoulders, bring your elbows together. Separate them at the top. Open your chest. And roll all the way down. If you don't have your hands on your shoulders, just take normal shoulder rolls. When you bring your shoulders back and down, try and bring your shoulder blades together and down your back. Now we're going to match our breath to the movement. So as you breathe in, roll your shoulders forward and up, and as you breathe out through your nose, roll them back and down. Breathe in, forward and up. Breathe out, pinch your shoulder blades together and down. Now we're going to do the other side. So again, you can have your hands on your thighs or on your shoulders. So as you breathe in, try to pinch your shoulder blades together. Bring your shoulders up, and as you breathe out, bring them forward and down. Breathe in, back and up. Breathe out, forward and down. One more time. In and breathe out. Very good. Now release your hands back down to your side. If your legs are crossed, change the cross of your legs and start to walk your hands forward. Try to come forward with a straight back. So if you can only come forward this far, that's okay. Or if you're very flexible, you may be all the way down, that's all right too. Just don't curve your back. Make sure to keep your back straight and to bend from your hips. You can find a slight movement from side to side if that feels good. Or just stay still. Remember to breathe through your nose. And slowly start to walk yourself back up. Now bring your hands to your knees or thighs, and we're going to do a few rolls of our torso. So bring your torso to the right, forward, expanding your chest, to the left, and back. One more time, to the right, forward, bring those shoulders back, pinch your shoulder blades together, to the left, and back. When you're here, try to suck your belly in and curve your back, kind of like an angry cat. One more time, right, center, left, and angry cat. Right, center, left, and curve your back. All right, let's do the other side. So come to the left, come forward, to the right, and arch your back. Left, forward, right, arch your back, bring your chin into your chest. Left, forward, right, back, drop your chin and come back to center. All right. Now drop your right hand. You can come down to your elbow if you have the flexibility, or you can stand your hand. And bring your left hand over to stretch the whole left side of your body. Try and keep your body in one line. So you don't want your top shoulder to come forward or too far back. Breathe here through your nose and come back to center, and we'll do the other side. So drop your left hand or elbow, raise your right arm up, try and keep your body in one nice line. So don't let your shoulder come forward or back. Breathe here and come back up. All right. Now come to tabletop position. This means to come onto your hands and knees. Now, if this is too much pressure for your wrists, there are a few options. You can either make fists with your hands, or if you prefer, shift your weight back so that there's more weight on your legs and less weight on your wrists. If this is uncomfortable on your knees, you can put a towel under your knees or a pillow under each knee. We're now going to do a few cat-cows. So for cow pose, curve your spine, look forward, send your tailbone up, send your shoulder blades together and back. Drop your belly. And for cat pose, look back towards your navel, tuck your chin into your chest, round your back, pull your belly up. Now cow pose, drop your belly, send your tailbone up, carve a line up with your nose, and cat pose. Curve your back, suck your belly in, look back towards your navel. So now we're going to match breath to movement. So as you breathe in, look up, send your tailbone up, drop your belly, and as you breathe out through your nose, arch your back, cat pose. Breathe in, send your tailbone and your nose up. Breathe out, look back towards your navel. And breathe in, come back to center. Now, just for a second, sit down on your legs. If that's uncomfortable, you can come back into a cross-legged seat and extend your hands in front of you. Now try and stretch your fingers as wide as you can. Now make fists. And one more time, stretch your fingers as wide as you can, as far away from your palms as you can. And release. You can roll your wrists a little if that feels good. So when we're using our hands to support our weight in yoga, we really want to stretch your fingers out as much as you can to take the pressure off the wrist, especially focusing on your index finger and thumb. So come back into tabletop and now try to really take the weight off your wrist and into your fingers. Again, if that's uncomfortable, you can shift your weight back a little to take even more weight off your wrists. All right, now bring your right hand to center and slowly start to twist your torso towards the left, moving in the direction of stacking your shoulders on top of each other. If it's all right in your body, you can bring your left arm up to the sky. If that is uncomfortable, you can keep your arm bent or simply keep it next to you. You can look up if that's all right on your neck. And breathe here. Now bring your hand back down, come back into your tabletop position, and move your left hand to the center, opening up the whole right side of your body. Again, feel free to take a modification by keeping your arm bent or keeping it by your side. Look up only if it's all right on your neck. Come back to tabletop, and we're going to do the left side again. So right hand to center, open up your left side, breathe in and out through your nose, and come back to center. Bring your left hand to center and open up through your whole right side. Try and keep your hips facing towards the front. So you really want the twist to be in your back, not at your hips. And come back to center. Now we're going to come into a low lunge. So step your right foot forward. Here's a time when you might need some padding under your left knee. So go ahead and grab that pillow or towel or fold your mat to make your left knee comfortable. You can keep your hands on the ground, or if it's more comfortable for you, on your thigh, or raise them all the way up. If it's uncomfortable for you to keep your hands close together when your arms are raised up, you can open your arms a little wider. This is good for anyone who has tight shoulders. Now start to find some movement. You want to be stretching your hip flexor in the front part of your thigh. So you can rock back and forth, extending your right leg, coming back, forward. You can play with keeping your right foot on the ground and lifting it up. Just find some gentle movement here as you breathe through your nose. Smile. Find a movement that feels good for you. Now make your way back into tabletop position or your modification. And we're going to do the other side. So pat up your right knee if you need to. And bring your left foot forward. You can keep your hands on the ground. You can also put books on each side of your leg to put your hands on. Or you can bring your arms to your knee or up to the sky. And find some gentle movement on this side. You can play with extending your front leg, keeping your foot on the ground and lifting it up. And just breathe through your nose. Make sure your bum is not sticking out like this. So keep your pelvis tucked to protect your low back. If you're finding it hard to stay up in this position, contract your pelvic floor to find a little bit extra strength to hold you up. Now come back to tabletop. Send your legs over to one side and extend them in front of you. We're going to come into seated forward fold. So the objective here is to bend at the hips, not using your low back. So to make that possible, you may need to bend your knees. It may even look like this, that's okay. It may look like this with your knees slightly bent, or you may have your legs completely straight. So play around to find what feels good for you. And when you're ready, bring your arms up. Breathe here. And breathe in through your nose. On an exhale, fold forward with a straight spine. So you may only come forward a little bit. that's all right. If you're already getting enough of a stretch, you can even stay sitting up, using your hands for support. If you're working your way down, you can find gentle movement from side to side. Remember to breathe. Breathing deeply tells your body it's okay to relax. And that will help you to get just a little deeper into the stretch. All right, walk yourself back up, or you can decide to come up with a straight spine. And slowly shift your hips forward and roll yourself down onto your mat, all the way onto your back. We're now going to come into bridge pose. So bring your legs bent, hips width apart. Bring your arms to your side. And start to peel. First your tailbone, then your back off the floor. Bring your chest to your chin and your chin up to the sky. Now hold on to the sides of your mat with your hands and imagine you're trying to rip your mat apart as you bring your shoulder blades together under you, together and down towards your waist. Keep your tailbone tucked to protect your low back. You can do this by contracting your lower abs. Keep breathing. We're only here for a few more seconds. And slowly roll yourself back down. Extend both legs on your mat and take your right leg and draw it into your chest. Now take your left hand on your right knee and guide your right knee all the way down to the floor on your left or close to the floor. Extend your right arm out and look towards your right hand. Ideally, try to keep your right shoulder on the mat and your left knee as close to the floor as possible. And breathe here. Now bring your knee back to center and extend your right leg. We're going to do the other side. So bring your left leg into your chest. Take your left knee with your right hand and guide your knee over to the floor. Extend your left hand and look over your left shoulder. Try and keep your left shoulder on the ground, your right knee as close to the ground as possible, and breathe here. Now bring your leg back to center and extend it. We're going to come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So extend your legs, let them fall open, so release any control of any muscles. Let your arms fall open at your side. Just tuck your tailbone just a little and send your shoulder blades together and down one last time before you release. Quiet body, quiet mind, Shavasana. Come back to your natural breath. when you're ready, roll over to either your right or your left side and come into a fetal position. Thank yourself for taking this time to try yoga, or if you're a returnee, taking this time to do yoga again. Now push yourself up with your hands and come into a seated position at the top of your mat. Bring your hands together at heart center. Take a deep breath in, the deepest breath you've taken all day. And breathe out. Bow your head down. Thank you for joining me today for this gentle yoga practice. If you enjoyed the practice, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you next time. Remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.